Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. There are some great smoking craters in our empire, but we survived. Unfortunately, things are only going to get worse from here, and it seems the Dark Elves are pretty dedicated to making sure that we don't survive this. Alright, before we pop out to the next turn here, let's make sure that there's nothing that we need to build. As long as we've got our Invocation of Assyrion up, you know, we should be working on our money stuff. Gonna need a lot more income. It's been a little while since we've checked around, too. We've been pretty distracted. Okay, well that could be upgraded. Oh yeah, there's a port over here that could be upgraded. That'll be helpful. Nothing particularly valuable there. Ugh, White Peak still needs to be rebuilt. Yeah, harsh, man. This is the real killer over here. Alright, these can be upgraded. It's only 1,600 gold, but it's also only 16 barrels of resource as well. I wish I had a better idea of how much 16 barrels of resource was going to improve our trade output by. No, let's hold off on that. Yeah, alright, okay. So, we're still in danger.
You have my attention.
Okay, like I said, we're still in danger. We need to be paying attention over here. This is, it's going alright. I want to be clear. All these losses and everything, all of the bloodshed, all of the burned towns, it's not... We're not losing. We're losing stuff. But we're not in a terrible position. We're certainly not losing our ability to go through with the final ritual. But I do want to be careful, because the final ritual is going to be harder. More enemies, and I believe I remember that they come in 2 waves. We also have to be ready to derail the Lizardmen's final ritual. Alright, these guys are just backing off. That's interesting. The Pirates of Sartosa declared war on Nagarond. I was certain that they were already at war. Well, this should be very helpful, then, for us. Right, they have to have been at war already, because didn't we give them coordination targets? And you know what, maybe it was Tor Elisor that we had given the coordination targets to? Well, in any case, these guys have enough strength that they could at least be a thorn in Nagarond's side in the Northern Ocean here. Could be really, really good for us. Oh, hey. That's an alright tech. So these guys are just fleeing. Alright, so I guess we might not get attacked this turn. We might actually have a turn or two of peace.
Can I offer assistance?
Okay, we're at plus 5,200 right now. We can't afford to run another army, but we can at least afford to refill the armies we do have. Alright, Sardaneth probably needs growth. Sardaneth. Northern Yvres probably needs growth. We need to rebuild these settlements as quickly as possible. Because this region really is incredibly valuable.
Ready for orders.
I guess that was worth some XP? Boy, I don't even know. What is her army? Sea Guard, mostly? Which of these would even be relevant? Plus 1% income from all ports. Yeah, that's alright. Leadership up, upkeep down. Yeah, okay. Dedicated to Methlon.
True son of Ulfwan.
Wait, listen, who among us is not dedicated to MATLAB? It's a wonderful thing. Ooh, we could cap out the Eagle Gate. It's not actually going to be that expensive. I assumed that the level 5 upgrade was going to be expensive. But yeah, that's absolutely worth doing. Okay, cool.
Are yours to command.
Man, this right has already saved us a huge amount of money. We've used it a lot. So... we do have quite a lot of Phoenix Guard now. 5% less damage, just total damage. On top of 5 extra melee defense is pretty powerful. Yeah, let's go for it.
Ready to serve.
Let's make sure we're not missing anything obvious. We do need... who's even over here?
Your word?
We probably can't have Curiella go very far. We can have her pick up a couple more units though while she's in a place where recruiting is friendly, before she heads back to the unfriendly climate. What does she need? Okay, she's all about archers. Oh, that's right. Range and ammunition for ranged units. I mean, I kind of want to just give her more Sea Guard then. You know what? I don't think that it's worth the money to put in any expensive buildings there. We don't really need growth structures here. We could use the little bit of money that we'll get back from destroying them.
We will endure.
We're producing what we can. Okay. So these guys have not actually begun their 5th ritual yet. Maybe we won't have to deal with them if we start our ritual before they start theirs. That would be awfully handy. That's... yeah. That's annoying. Oh. I forgot all about that. Nope, never mind. They started their ritual. Okay, so now we will almost certainly have to intervene at the end of their ritual. There's a chance that Naggarond will break their ritual. I don't know if they will intentionally aim for the ritual cities, but Naggarond is getting all up in their business, so maybe we'll get lucky on this. We also can hire an intervention army, and probably should. Oh, I don't need to watch this. I don't need to see everything that every faction everywhere does. Man, it would be really great if the Pirates of Sartosa could start actually helping us out here. There are a number of settlements along the north coast that used to belong to Norskins that now belong to the Dark Elves. It would be really cool if the Pirates of Sartosa could start taking that stuff. Alright, so real quick, let's zoom over to Hexoatl. Okay, there's the buildings or cities near the ritual cities are mostly owned by Dark Elves. Yeah, this actually might get broken up.
You have a proposal? We are willing to hear it.
I would love it if you would break your defensive alliance with Hexoatl. don't have any terms that they want. Never mind. Well, I think I'm just going to commit. It's a bummer because these guys are going to help defend against the Dark Elves, but they can't interfere with our intervention armies, and they've still got to deal with the actual ritual armies and stuff. I think committing a large intervention army right now is the best chance that we have for breaking stuff up, but I guess they'll just rebuild. Probably. You know, let's wait. We'll spawn our intervention army closer to the completion of the ritual. We might be able to avoid having to do the big battle. All right. Just got to rebuild everything. Even level 1 of a dock, though, is 200 income. And they have extra growth on them. Like, this... Northern Yvresse should recover remarkably quickly. It also got Chaos corrupted up pretty badly, but that's fallen off, too.
Protector of the Everqueen.
Alright, how's everybody doing? Do we need to fill units anywhere? We're all just recovering from... sending people off to live in the rebuilt cities. Alright. Well, she probably just needs to get back north.
Protector of Ultron.
Okay, so we gotta refill this army, though. What is Maradrin's thing? Okay, she's Illyrian Reavers and Silverhelms. It's interesting that they're marked as anti-infantry when they don't have any extra anti-infantry damage. In a sense, all cavalry are anti-infantry, so I guess it's fine. It just seems strange. Man, she recruits them at rank 7, too. That's really nice. Alright, let's grab a bunch of the shielded ones. How many? I probably want... Let's get another unit of ranged. She has a mage already. And then probably just Phoenix Guard from there, honestly. Oh, ran out of money. Well, that's inconvenient. Probably fine, though.
Arthurian servant. Your command?
That's weird. Why was the one commandment woven in between the two mages? Strange. Alright, here comes our ritual completion. We're going to get an over-serious cutscene that will probably be, like, fine. Be very dramatic. I think Warhammer's really at its best when it's leaning into the fact that it's fundamentally a very silly thing. But I suppose there are probably a lot of people who are into it because they like serious fantasy. I just don't know any of those people. We're just gonna hit fast forward here. I don't care about anything that anyone is doing. I guess I probably should care a little bit about the Dark Elves sending armies across the ocean. Alright, now remember, because of the ritual that we've had running all this time, we've been taking a 10% upkeep reduction to all of our units. In a second here, when the ritual ends, we may find that our economy is in a less good spot than it looked like it was. We're simultaneously rebuilding a lot of our income structures, so probably the hit won't be too bad. We might experience a little economy shock here.
Belshazzar, the explorer. As he used the stars to navigate the world, their light shone upon the king's lost vessel.
There Gallifrey's. I see it.
The fourth shard of the Star Crown was found within. Thanks to the Phoenix Kings, the Star Crown is near complete. But there is one who is yet to be evoked. The first, the greatest, the doomed.
All right, see, this is what I'm talking about. We're about to build a magic hat that's going to avert the apocalypse.
Lady of Ulthuan.
It is the best and shiniest of all hats. Right? I'm not the only person who thinks that's a little silly, right? Alright, so the final ritual cities are Lothar, Gaian Vale, and the White Tower. Okay. As is to be expected. And yeah, our economy is not two-shot. So we're at war with the Last Defenders now because they're the only player faction that we weren't already at war with.
Taking up residence.
Okay, now we do want to start moving our armies toward defensive positions. I would like to get into this as quickly as possible. We're not doing this ritual just yet. Growth is probably more important than income right now, because growth will lead to more income. Somebody's got to get to Gaian Vale. I guess it can be her. That's probably the fastest thing. Tyrion has to head that way as well. Man, we have a lot of running to do. Alright. Well, this army needs to start heading toward the White Tower, probably. They are the closest.
Lord of the Phoenix Court.
Loyal servant. We march on.
Man, we're getting a little close to being out of money. Unfortunately, there's no skull reefs around. There's no sea ruins that are guaranteed to pay out huge.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
It doesn't really absorb much of our movement to grab this, though. This one's like almost on our way. Construction cost down for all buildings in all regions, and income up from all buildings in all regions. Yeah, alright. That was an okay thing to find.
Setting sail.
I should have done that before building stuff. So I know we just started this turn. We can get that construction cost reduction here. I don't remember what else we started building this turn. Oh, you know what? He needs to refound the tower. Yeah. White Peak and High Vale can remain gone, probably. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Ugh. Messy. It's been messy.
Protector of Ulthuan.
Okay, so we are summoning in our 20th unit there. Alright. Just gonna check in over here periodically. There's no reason that the Dark Elves shouldn't take the Mirror Pool. And it seems like they're making really good progress. In fact, I sort of don't understand why they've taken the set of buildings that they have taken. In fact, it's super weird that there's 3 hexawaddle areas left that have just been completely oh wait, are those their only 3 settlements? No, they have 14. Oh, they have the eastern coast over here. Yes, this stuff should fall. If it doesn't, I'm calling collusion. So actually, we probably don't have to worry about this. This is probably under control. So we have some good construction bonuses now. Our buildings should be quite cheap. which is good because our income is kind of completely trashed. The Dark Elves just spawned their intervention army. This might be a good time for us to spawn one on account of giving the Dark Elves a little bit of extra cover to do their work, but I don't think we can afford to at this point. That's alright. I'm pretty sure that that part of the world is going to work itself out. It's just a matter of us surviving our own ritual. Go south. Man, City of Griefbringer really, really hates us. Like, in a way that I think is kind of crazy. I suppose that's the Dark Elf thing, though. Madness and obsession. High Elves are also obsessed with stuff, but the High Elf stuff is a lot less harmful to the rest of the world. They're obsessed with looking the prettiest, having the fanciest hats, although, you know, their definition of fancy is maybe a little non-standard. Oh.
It was the comet's wake that weakened the vortex. Surely a cruel trick by the gods. It's not like mortal creatures could move a comet.
Okay, well that does answer some questions. So, if you didn't watch the... Oh, hey, Public Order, cool. If you didn't watch the Scroll series, that's a hint at a plot revelation in the Skaven Vortex campaign that we did. It turned out that the twin-tailed comet didn't actually come. It was actually a Skaven space probe, because that's a thing, apparently. The Skaven basically created a low-orbit spaceship for the purpose of feigning the comet. And I was curious whether that was going to be the case when we weren't playing as Skaven, whether the whole plot was going to turn out to have been a Skaven trick still. And yeah, apparently it is. That leaves me with some questions about how this is all going to turn out.
Garrisoning.
Alright, so you got to rebuild. You guys are all running. Yeah, we need the tower back so that we can impose the increased taxation rate on Lothern again. Because Lothern really is producing a vast majority of our money at this point.
Powers are yours to command.
We're still not ready for this. Alright. I don't know that we're going to get to a place where we can put up another stack, unfortunately. Kind of think we should just, like, really, really push growth. But Sardaneth needs to rebuild its gold mine, obviously. Yeah, we're not going to be able to recruit another army. But the pirates are pushing back Dark Elf territory. We might... Let's see what Signing of Griefbringer is going to do. We might be able to run this ritual without having to worry about Dark Elf armies interfering. We might be able to just focus on the ritual armies at first and get them down. Man, I hope so. So the army that's refilling at the Phoenix Gate will head to the White Tower. We'll leave Alistair down here. Tyrion will come around to Gainvale. And then the other army that's coming down the eastern coast will also be guarding Lothern. It's, I don't know, it's a little thinner than I'd like. And then we have to leave Curiella up in the Shrine of Cain because the Dark Elves will never give us a moment's rest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the final ritual is 20 turns. And I'm pretty sure that you get a spawn of ritual armies at the beginning of it, and then another spawn of ritual armies at the 10-turn mark. It's going to be tough. And we have to be careful, because we potentially will have to have a strong, full health army to use in fighting off the final Lizardman battle if, for some reason, the Dark Elves fail to break their ritual down. Did they just lose that battle? Oh, you know what? They probably, the pirates probably won the battle there and just sacked the settlement instead of burning it, because they love doing that. Even when it's not financially reasonable to do so. Like, I can't imagine that that settlement had any real money in it. It's an unwalled, low-level coastal settlement, but they sure do love to sack stuff. It's nice when they do it to you as the player. It's frustrating when they do it to everybody else. Okay. I am not, in fact, even going to attempt to defeat one of Hexoatl's armies in battle. That's just not a good use of my time. Okay, so we need to improve the tax rate again. 3% in this province is a lot. And Tyrion needs to get all the way around to here.
Orders?
You can start moving next turn. Alright, the Chaos Corruption is not enough to overcome our, it's not enough to overcome our current levels of public order. We've done a good job of negotiating extremely high public order. Actually, maybe Anaril's the one who should go to the White Tower. She'll get there pretty quickly. We're not that many turns off of being able to try this. And I want to, like I said, I want to try this while it looks like there's not a huge Dark Elf army sailing on us, because I really, really can't afford to be as distracted as I was last time.
Awaiting orders.
All powerful. The winds
It's
call.
that Dark Elf madness coming through again. We should, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, pop through all of our lords and make sure that they have the right gear. Or any gear. Any gear is good. Yep, have a Raven Keeper. Yeah, we should make sure that our lords are actually equipped in a reasonable way. Yeah, but his stuff is definitely good. What a cool character.
Loyal.
Can we do better than 10% ward save for him? I should probably give him that 20% ward save thing. Because again, if we get into that big quest battle, he's the one who's going to be doing it. Or the event battle, rather. Okay, yeah, and it did. It swapped with her. Good.
I'm listening.
Loyal to a fault.
Okay, you have great armor, but a pretty bad weapon. Man, that's a lot of extra damage. But she's ranged. Weapon damage refers to your melee weapon. Range damage is called missile damage. So this is maybe not the best thing for her. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Honestly, the Tormentor, I was going to just keep the Tormentor sword on her because this is a handy debuff. That's fine. Alright, we can give her a spell at least.
As your lady.
Skill is legendary.
Alright, we have lots and lots of good armor. Yeah, okay. Everybody's relatively well equipped. Alright. We're just waiting. Oh, the Order of Lord Masters are almost completely wiped out. That's a shame. I guess it doesn't really matter. I can't believe we're relying on the Dark Elves to save us. But I guess we're relying on the Dark Elves' mindless rage and bloodthirst, which I think is a fairly reliable trait. And they do seem to be devoting a lot of their forces to the south now. Alright, we might... I don't want to wait until it's going to be several turns for this army to sail over, and then we have to fight them. I don't really want to wait until that's over to start the ritual, but maybe we have to, because I kind of want to be able to have all my all hands on deck for the ritual, guys. Would you please just take it? That army's so messed up, it kind of looks like they lost the battle. We should check in on this thing. We should see if they ever actually got a hold of that city. My guess is no. Because it was the Dark Elf capital that we asked them to go after, wasn't it? Yeah, it is definitely still Dark Elf. They're hanging in there though.
Taking up residence.
I serve the king. Marching out. I will do my duty.
Alright. We should have 2 armies in place to deal with whatever shenanigans. But I think... Maradrin can go to Gayan Vale and wait there.
Garrisoning.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
We can have it be Tyrion and Curiella that worry about the Dark Elves. Definitely this one. Just keep working on those incomes. We don't actually need this anymore, right? So I'm pretty sure that these recruitment cost reductions only work in this province. Well, we do get an upkeep reduction in all provinces eventually, though. Yeah, and these are pretty cheap to build. Fine. Well, we've almost got that gold mine back to full already. We're working on it. It's really easy to rebuild small settlements. Especially if you have the large settlement in the region still built, because it gives a considerable growth bonus and stuff. Yeah. Alright, once we resolve this, we'll basically be in position. We do want to have a second army down by Lothern before that, probably. Maybe actually you stay down by Lothern and we wait for... Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's do it this way. You go to Hoeth.
Your request?
You
I will begin again soon.
come back down here. It'll be Tyrion who goes to Gayan Vale. Yeah, I guess. Alright, and we have... we do have access to the Invocation of Vault. We can get a powerful magic item. We're not actually doing any recruitment right now, but... the item is probably worth the 1,500 gold by itself, or at least it has been a couple of times.
Tyrion.
Yeah, alright, let's do it. Converts 40 of your weapon damage into armor piercing effectively. That's fine, not great. Staff of Solidity's not bad. this is just 8 leadership for people nearby the character. That's not that great. 12% magic resistance is unimpressive. Like, you just don't take that much damage from magic almost ever. Ability Sapphire Guardian Phoenix is maybe cool. We don't know what it does. I'm gonna take this. 'Cause you know what we haven't actually done is checked the equipment of our mages.
Tyrion, heir of an area.
All right, so Tyrion's mage has one of
Can I
those.
offer assistance? Time is of the essence.
We should give it to somebody who's high level. A mage who is high level, because those are the ones that have the
What would you have of me?
11.
Ready to serve.
I think our lore masters mostly don't have... yeah, they don't have the focus in their spells to overcast anyway.
Protector of Ultron.
Mighty warrior.
Nice. This mage also doesn't have any overcasts earned, but soon. Eventually. That's right, we should definitely be giving these, the mages gear. I suppose having some melee defense is a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna want to make sure that all of the stops are pulled out here. This is, things are never going to be more difficult than they are about to be. Oh, interesting. This should go on one of those Sea Guard heavy armies. Yeah, actually, a potion of speed on a mage makes a lot of sense, I think.
Give the word.
A true Asur.
Yes, this is a good place to put the Dragon Horn. This army has a lot of archers in it. Plus 8% of 390 weapon strength is pretty significant. Okay. What about these armies down here? I know this is not, like, super fascinating, but it is probably a good thing for us to do. Alright,
Loyal subject.
Right, we've run out of armor that gives ward saves. Physical resistance, melee defense, those are all fine. Yeah, unfortunately we're we're starting to run a little low on the good stuff. That's a pretty good casting item. Okay. If we can just deal with this army quickly, we are actually going to be in a position to start our final ritual pretty soon here. Whew. I'm nervous, honestly. Like, it's going to be tough. The first wave in particular I'm concerned about because the first wave is probably when we'll see the intervention armies from the AI. The AI makes a crazy amount of money. So at any given time, they probably have 10k sitting around. So I would expect to see the intervention armies, if they're going to be summoned, probably within the first couple turns of the ritual, while we're still dealing with all the other ritual armies, so it'll be tough. And surprise, surprise, they're headed to the Shrine of Cain. Who would have thought? Unfortunately, we probably have to keep Tyrion up here. We can't really run him to the ritual city that he's supposed to defend until this Dark Elf army is resolved. Because we may not necessarily be able to take them easily 1-to-1. Dark Elves have some pretty good units, it turns out. Now, they're also very stupid, and we can frequently trick them into fighting near our garrisons and stuff, but... And I guess the Shrine of Cain's a lot less important than it used to be. Yeah, maybe we could just pull Tyrion through.
Against the darkness.
I'd feel a lot better if these guys were dead, though. You know what we can do? Oh.
By the comet!
I am ready to parley. I hope your words are wise.
Here, I don't want to give them... Really, I can't request a war coordination target. I know you're at war with these guys. I am also at war with these guys. I forget. Other factions can't see all of the sea zones. That's a high elf thing. Well, I guess we go to Tor Anlek for now. My guess is they'll make landfall over here, but if my other army's over here, I don't think they will. We gotta play possum a little bit here.
All powerful. What orders?
Alright. We're 2 turns off of capping Trilinia, getting the port to level 2 there. Are there any other places where we have particularly important stuff to build? We're pretty close to being able to upgrade the Griffin Gate.
We are the guardians of order.
This doesn't really need to be here. Could use that money for something else. Nope, as unfortunate as it is, I think we're largely waiting right now. We could go and grab this shipwreck. No reason to wait on that. Okay. Upkeep reduction, a small amount of money.
Land ahoy!
It's pretty good. Alright, let's see what these guys do. Oh, that's right. The camera's going to have to zoom all over the place.
Defender of the Aesir.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost there. I really wish the camera would go back to where I had set it. The Dark Elf army is the only thing I care about, and we could just fast forward if the camera was laying right there. Just leave it in fast forward mode, and we would see what happens with that army. If we're in fast forward mode during the Dark Elf turn, unfortunately, it won't zoom our camera over to things that are happening. Go. Trade agreement dissolved. Man, I bet they lost access to their ports. So the Dark Elves are distracted and are fighting the wrong enemy. That's another reliable trait of the Dark Elves. They're too stupid to pick their targets. Where are they going? Maybe they're going to fight the pirates? Huh. Of course, it could all be a ruse. The good news is they might have gotten close enough for the pirates to be able to see them. if the pirates still have a force up on the northern shelf by that little settlement. So we might be able to ask for a little bit of coordination. Because all I really care about is getting that army off my plate. As long as I don't have to fight him, we can just move on with the stuff we gotta do.
Hoeth grants me wisdom.
Alright, the loss of that trade agreement turns out not to have been too expensive.
Princess, if you will it,
Going ashore.
time is of the essence.
Actually, you know what she should do? She should stand
We go.
inside Lothrin's reinforcement circle in ambush mode. She won't be able to get into ambush mode right now.
I am yours. I will not succumb.
Alright, we can probably, I guess, have Tyrion start moving toward Gainvale. Actually, what I'm going to
Shall
do
be done.
is I'm going to move Tyrion to here
Ever vigilant.
and put him in ambush mode. So that the Dark Elves can't tell that he's around, hopefully. I'm wondering if they were only moving off because they know that there were two armies close together.
I am ready to parley. I hope your words are wise.
Oh yeah, we don't actually have a defensive alliance with these guys. I could have sworn we had. Well, that'll be why we're not able to, Alright. That'll be why we're not able to go for coordination targets. Well, whatever. They're at war. Maybe they'll fight. Carnthel's just a speed bump, but every little speed bump matters. It would be nice to refound Highvale and White Peak, but I don't think I can afford to take the time to do that. This has another level, doesn't it? Okay, that extra level does give plus 50% income from all buildings in this province. It would be a little bit better if we had Highvale and White Peak, but it will still affect the gold mine. Okay. And if the Dark Elves sail right past, then Tyrion heads south and we prepare for the ritual. Now, we've not yet seen any armies spawn near the White Tower of Hoeth. Maybe they won't. But I would hate to have them spawn over here and not have anything in place to fight them. Although, honestly, maybe I should just gather all of my armies together at Lothern or something, because with the number of enemy armies that are going to spawn, one army plus a garrison is not necessarily going to be enough to hold them off at all. Well, it'll be enough to soften them up, at least. We've seen that just like a developed garrison by itself can do a considerable amount of damage to an approaching army, so... No, they're actually really interested in this this northern territory. Okay, good enough for me. They'll be busy with this long enough that we'll be able to probably get through the beginning of the fifth ritual. And then, hopefully, by the time they turn around and come back for us, we'll have cleaned all that nonsense up. I mean, probably skip through the rest of this. So we are going to take... we're going to get another upkeep reduction. Maybe we can safely hire another lord. We'll see what the numbers look like right after we start the... Who are you? Oh, the Hung Warband. Wow, they they eventually managed to take a settlement. They crossed the entire height of the map. And we're getting missions issued that I do not care about. Let's check out what's going on over here. The mirror pool of Tepak seems to be on fire, like it's been hit and sacked but not razed, not taken over. That's annoying. These guys from the Monument to the Sun might come over here. The Shrine of Sotek got lost. Yeah, we still might see the Lizard Men lose control of their ritual sites without our intervention. Let's hope.
We stand ready for action.
Alright, that's a pretty good level.
Noble. Bye.
Alright, Sardaneth is coming along.
Protector of the Everqueen. I never tire. Inspecting the garrison.
Alright, as soon as Tyrion's in position, I think we're hitting the ritual button.
Rising.
It's going to be a little bit. Do we have the ability to make a trade agreement with anybody that we are not currently trading with? No. Sorry. Actually, yes, the Spine of Sotek dwarves have gained a port. And this would be really valuable. Okay, they don't care for us, but we can fix that. This is what we've been banking all these resources for. Okay, so over the next couple of turns, our relationship with them will trend toward 57. And I left us with exactly enough influence to hire a good lord. Although I guess we won't need to hire a good lord, right? Because we have a good lord that we can pull out of the pool, that guy that we dismissed recently. But if we can get this trade agreement on and finish fixing up Northern Yvresse, I think we will be able to pull together another stack for defense during the final ritual. Yeah, all right. I'm feeling like pretty confident now. Not confident. Sorry, positive. I'm feeling quite negative still, but we're headed in the right direction. We're gaining positivity.
Princess.
We probably can just fast forward through this whole turn. This is good though. We're in good shape. Hopefully we'll gain relationship with those dwarves fast enough that we can get the trade agreement on soon. It's going to be like 3 or 4 turns before Tyrion's in position. I don't know how quickly our stock is going to rise with them. The Dark Elf Intervention Army is still alive. That's interesting. Unfortunately, Hexawatl is just inland enough that we can't tell what's going on around the capital city. The Spine of Sotek dwarves are doing very well for themselves, though. I'm pretty impressed. That jungle is playing out very differently than it did in our game. Because I guess the Skaven got run the heck over, right? Because, in large part due to the fact that the Skaven auto-resolve is busted and the AI auto-resolves all of their battles. And I think it still is broken.
Lady of the Phoenix Court.
As broken as it was for us.
Born to lead. Servant of the king.
And if you didn't see that series and you don't know what I mean, for some reason, the Skaven auto-resolve values are really, really bad. The game treats almost all of their units as though they are completely useless, basically.
Mage of Ulthuan.
So we had to fight the vast... Well, it wasn't even the majority. We had to fight a way, way more of our battles than I ordinarily would have in a series, because we couldn't trust the AI to auto-resolve anything in a friendly manner. Alright, so we were at like minus 57. Oh wow, we're at minus 3 already. Apparently we're trending upward very quickly.
Let's hear what you have to say. We'll hear.
Yeah, we might actually be in a position to get that trade agreement pretty soon. What is the cost of running another army going to be? It is Aramir. Aramir's the one. So it would be 5864 just for the Lord. And then, obviously, units. Remember, we're going to get a 10% reduction to all of our unit upkeeps. In addition to the extra money. It might not be enough. Well, we'll see. Looks like we still have a couple of turns of accumulation here. I anticipate this being, like, pretty difficult, though. I would really, really love to have another stack. If we could... I mean, there's not really any source of immediate money income, either. We don't have any skull reefs around the island. I should do another check, but I think we don't have any skull reefs around the island or anything. Like, we couldn't really afford to run a deficit for very long. If we had 20,000 gold in the bank or something, I'd feel a lot better about hiring a lord when we can't quite afford another army. But we're running pretty close to the line right now. Uh-oh. Pirates of Sartosa's strength bar was completely empty. That's not great for us. Means that Dark Elf army is done up north and will be turning back on us shortly. I was hoping it was going to take a little bit longer, or maybe that the pirates would actually be able to kill that army. Okay, recruitment cost down, casualty replenishment rate way down for 3 turns. That actually really sucks.
Defender.
Recruitment costs would be an issue, except that we don't really need to do any recruitment anymore.
Unleash me.
And casualty, like, we can't fight with casualty replenishment rate reduced by that much.
Assyrian guides our hands.
Alright, this is an extra 200 income. So let's see, we do have a shipwreck in the interior, but it's probably gonna only be like 1,500 gold. We can grab that.
Lethal grace given forth.
Yeah, it doesn't really reduce our readiness to go after that. Okay, a useless banner and 2,500 money. That's pretty good.
Land ahoy!
Yeah, alright, that's a pretty good garrison upgrade. So Tyrion gets to gain Vale this turn. We have all of our settlements protected.
Loyal prince.
I mean, we're pretty much ready to go.
Foolish request.
Ah, they didn't even do any meaningful damage to the Dark Elf army. That's really annoying.
And what can the Dawi do
Okay.
for you?
It's a positive number, but not positive enough yet. But this might be the turn, because I really do want to get this started before they start sailing on us. Otherwise, we may find ourselves in a position where we have to defeat this army before we can move forward. Now, let's see what they do. They think very slowly over a long period of time. Oh. And then a Dark Elf army appears out of nowhere. Awesome. Well, I can't... Okay, so we can't start the ritual. We have to deal with that. It should only take 1 stack plus the very built-up garrison of that city. Yeah, see, stuff like this, the fast forward thing should not skip showing you things that are happening in your territory. It should just show you those things at an increased speed, the way it does if you are watching an army move and then click fast forward. Greybeard's Prospectors was destroyed. Okay. How's that going to affect my money? Well, we're definitely not going to be able to run another stack, I'll tell you that.
One honor to your ancestors. Begone.
Alright. It's going to be another turn, I guess. So, yeah, these guys...
We shall not rest. Assyrian guides us.
Assur Prince. Full sails, now!
The hell?
How can I assist
You know, I don't remember armies of other factions just refusing orders as often as High Elves seem to. I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. Unselect me. Don't call me again. Yeah, this sucks. What's the balance of power between this garrison and... Wow, really? I disagree. That's insane. Alright, well. That's bad for us. That means that they're probably going to attack soon. Oh, more research. Very small defensive increase for dragons doesn't seem good. This doesn't seem... I mean... No, it's not good. I guess we recruit those units a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how valuable any of this other stuff is going to be. No, we have a lot of these units. Having them move faster is probably valuable. Montressa. Let's level up Fiery Convocation.
We stand ready for action.
This is going to be a lot of turns of running. Shoot. Well. Yeah, that sucks. That means that we're probably going to have to rebuild Toran Rock. The fact that the balance of power is so much in their favor means that they will probably attack soon. Okay, Dark Elf Intervention Army was properly destroyed. I'm not even in my last ritual. Devote your resources to killing the other players. Yeah, if we lose Toran Rock, that's gonna suck, because that is a built-up port and gold mine. Well, I guess they're giving us time to fix our economy and maybe be able to build up to having another army in place. Northern Nevrest is coming along, you know? Right, the New World colonies are showing almost no military strength, so they shouldn't be holding the Dark Elves back much anymore. It's a mixed blessing. Dark Elves will not have to devote as much strength to the Western continent, but also they might actually be able to get in on the Lizard Men now. At least have fewer distractions. Yeah, we're really far away.
Princess of Ulthwan. Onward.
Can I offer assistance? Making my way.
Yeah, I'm sending 2 armies because they're going to burn the city before we get there, and I want to be able to take them on 2v1 afterward. We are just barely making money at this point.
Use of my power.
Isha bless you.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Aye. Let's hear what you have to say. No.
Come on, we're at 19 positive relations. You want to trade with me. I really need that money. Let's have a quick look over here. What is going on? They have a ton of admirals everywhere. They have a bunch of armies. They've taken all of the settlements around, like... go after the ritual stuff. How many turns out are they? 8. Oh, okay, no, never mind. They did take the mirror pool. So the lizard men have to get that back, and I doubt they'll be able to. So okay, we're not going to have to do another event battle, probably. Oh! Wow. Great.
Can I offer assistance?
Well, I'm glad I looked around.
I serve the Phoenix King.
So the last defenders are sending what I might describe as spite armies after us. You know, these two armies need to come up here to deal with this. And Tyrion...
Protector of the
I guess Tyrion needs to get in the water and come over as well. Yeah, we're, in fact, quite a ways off of being able to do the final ritual. So we really, really, really have to get our border security back in place. And we can't really move the army out of the north here because this army is still building up. They will definitely come for us. Alright. The last defenders don't have anything better to do. Nope. Alright. Hexawaddle confederated them. We are at war with Hexawaddle, but Hexawaddle has larger concerns. So that could result in these armies... Nope, never mind. They're still coming after us. I was going to say that could result in these armies being turned away and heading toward the ritual sites. But no, it looks like they're still going to go after me. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to go after me, I don't think, from their position. I guess it's good for them if they can establish a foothold over here further away from the Dark Elves. Alright, well, unfortunately, we don't have time to do this battle right now, so this is where we're going to have to call it for today. Things have really gone to hell over the last hour. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you are on the edge of your seat just as much as I am. This is going to suck for a little while. But don't worry, we're going to get through it. Come back to see how, or if I'm lying. And we'll see you then.